this one, Richard Rapport. Less than 5 minutes on the clock against Magnus Carlsen with only a little over 3 minutes. His hoodie on. Looks a little cold for Magnus Carlsen. And on the board, does this look like a draw right now?
Possibly, but there's still a lot of life left in this one. So it's level material. White has the bishop pair, but black's pieces are very active. I love black's bishop in the centre of the board. It looks a bit scary, allowing some checks. The white queen can go to the top of the board and check the black king, but the black knight will just drop back and defend. Oof. It's hard to evaluate, to be honest. If anything, unless white has something immediate, I would probably choose black.
I can put a hoodie on.
Yeah.
17 degrees is fine.
10 degrees, we need to save that electricity.
Oh, all right, we have a reaction on the bar.
I'm extremely surprised by this move. OK, Magnus was threatening the knight, but surely you flick in the check to make the black knight go passive first and then play knight h4, because now what can happen is this knight can spring out to g5 in a bunch of lines, and this f3 square, David, if you want to highlight it, can be very, very tender. And this is totally weird what Rapport is doing, and it doesn't surprise me at all that the bar has gone completely insane for Magnus.
This bishop is just a terrible piece. This bishop is a potential monster. So surely we don't let them both disappear from the board. For example, if you take, the white knight will come back and capture, and white should be fine here, maybe. But actually, even in this type of position, you have to worry about the black queen coming in, attacking this pawn, and this pawn. This one is a bit complicated, but Lawrence, you were talking about the potential of the light squares, and he actually uses that square you highlighted in this position. He drops back with his bishop. If this bishop is captured, of course, the black queen just creates all sorts of chaos. And if the bishop isn't captured, white's bishop has to move. Again, you could flick in this check, forcing the black knight back. But once you move your bishop, wherever you go, very least black can just come and capture a pawn, right? Just a free pawn. And black still has that kind of potential on these light squares around the white king later. The white king very, very weak. Yeah, it's just weird to do this for Richard. He had other alternatives, safer alternatives. And in the current position, do you take this knight? Do you move your bishop? Either way, it looks like you're losing at least a pawn for Rapport. And OK, look at his face now. He's realizing he's messed it up slightly.
He is a kind of a Mamadjaro kind of player, isn't he, in terms of style? It's just crazy moves all the time. Do you think he is, even if it doesn't look good on the bar, he is, you know, having fun in this situation?
Doesn't look like his type of position again, because for black there's minimal risk. Rapport likes it when he can either attack or where he can kind of push or bully his opponent into a strategically inferior position, because actually technically Rapport, he's very good at endgames, very good at strategy. He just hides that behind weird, wonderful moves. So here, white is the one struggling strategically and I think dynamically in this exact position.
OK.
It's the white king that's actually more vulnerable than the black king, and Rapport struggles there. So OK, he drops his bishop back, and black does indeed go and grab a pawn. Black's a pawn up, and the black queen is ready to swoop into some light squares later on.
A lot of pieces on that H line right now.
That's true. There's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You just need to put the white queen here, put a black queen here.
Have you ever seen that? Have you seen that in the chess game that you can recall? One line just filled up.
Yeah.
Once.
OK.
Once, and there was the center line that had like two knights, and then the queen. Yeah, it was quite impressive.
Yeah.
But not all the pieces, because unfortunately that's not possible.
No, can only have 8.
Yeah.
How many pawns have you seen? Like, we've all seen triple pawns. Have you ever seen quadruple pawns?
I've seen one where white, for example, has pawns on e2, e3, e4, and then black has e7, e6, but never like the whole.
That would be amazing to get the whole column blocked with pawns.
That would be great. But
how can you do it?
That?
I don't know. Creative. Be creative.
Yeah.
Rapport's going to have to be creative if he's going to somehow miracle a half point here. But what an odd... for somebody strong... And that's, you know, that's Richard's problem. You know, he's a genius. He's actually changed his style, Kaya. So his craziness isn't... He was crazy, and he will admittedly say, like, I remember less than 10 years ago, something like 5, 6, 7 years ago, he was still playing open tournaments,
Talking of
Talking
crazy,
about
Lawrence.
crazy.
Whoa.
Look at that move that's just appeared on the board.
What is what?
Looks like a mouse slip.
Looks like my
no,
move
this
from
is-
the Blitz tournament
No, but
earlier
this is-
today.
This is clever, right?
This is
if
really
it
clever.
works.
I mean, we don't know if it works, but the evaluation bar says no. But in this position, with his knight attacked, he just ignored it. And it looked
but
like a mouse slip. You push a pawn to a square, it can be taken twice.
Doesn't work. GH4 and H3, how about that?
Oof, that might be the killer blow, Lawrence. I think you're right. If you take the knight, White's idea is that after pawn takes pawn, if the black pawn recaptures, then suddenly White's bishop breaks free onto this line, and this knight is actually doomed. So White just needs to use his bishop to attack the black knight.
But there's bishop H6. I've blundered, have I?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, this is actually...
No, but
this is his idea, and now the queen does take the knight anyway. OK, so what could the idea be? Because suddenly, I mean, black's king is getting checkmated, if anything.
Could you be really clinical about things and just try and trade off queens?
OK, so he's grabbed this pawn first. So, Ivanka, you were thinking about maybe just using the black queen and
Yeah.
offering a trade. Makes sense. Black captured this pawn instead, and again, this idea, giving up a second pawn now to distract, and suddenly this would be a deadly attack. But Magnus, he's not afraid of ghosts. He just pushes forward, and he's trying to make a new queen. I think this is good enough. It looks like he's quick enough here to push his pawn, because, for example, if White tries the same idea, going for this checkmate, I think he can just promote anyway. It's just one check, the knight drops off, and Black's queen defends everything. Black's actually going to be checkmating White in the corner, using both of his queens right now. I think Magnus has found the way. He's just going to push his pawn. And, OK, in the current position, still crazy, still fighting. Rapport offering this trade of queens. But now maybe you can just... can you trade off the queens, make a new queen of your own, for example? Queen, queen. Oh, this idea is still on the cards. If the knight is captured, then bishop takes pawn. Still some ideas.
Huh.
It's so complicated, this current position. Both sides about to make... I mean, you could see a trade of queens,
Yeah,
and then new
bishop
queens appear on the board, but oh, what a classy move.
Yeah.
Really sophisticated, just defending the black queen. You're ready to make a new one anytime you want, no rush.
Aha. Looking good for Magnus, 28 on the bar. And if he wins this game, he will be on 10 points, Magnus Carlsen. That will be the same as Abdu Satoro, because he just lost his first game today, the tournament leader before the start of today, losing in game one against Vidit. So we will have several players on 10 points after this round.
This is looking to be a very bloody round, actually, Kai. If you take a quick look at the results so far, we've got Gukesh winning, Vidit winning, Magnus
Just
about to
one.
win, just one.
Yeah.
Kama winning, Giri winning, Duda's going to win. An absolutely savage round.
Wow.